Shalom Aleichem, meine liebe Freund. Ich heiße Mottel Dittner und das ist 15 Minuten Yiddish. Mehr weniger. Jede Woche bringen wir euch eine Mini-Lektie in Jiddisch Sprach und Kultur von dem Nationalen Jiddisch-Theater Volksbühne. Welcome back to 15-Minute Yiddish. If you missed any of our past episodes, nicht. Don't worry, you can view them all online at nytf.org. Today we're going to take a look at adjectives. Lots and lots of adjectives. If you remember last season, we began to talk about adjectives to describe the way that food tastes and colors to describe both food and clothing. Let's do a quick review. Ich hab lieb Borscht mit Smetana. Sei so gut und beschreib Borscht. Borscht is kalt oder heiß. Aber ich hab besser lieb kalt. Borscht is rot. Borscht is säuer und süß. Wer tragt sich was seinen rot? Die Frau auf rechts. Sehr gut. Und wer tragt a Reckel, was ist gel? Die Frau in mitten. Gerecht. Und wer tragt Häusen, was seinen bläu? Die Frau auf links. Sehr gut. In those examples, we used a simplified version of description by stating the subject of the sentence, followed by is or seinen, and then the adjective. The book is red. But what if we want to say the red book? In Yiddish, we have to add an ending determined by the gender of the noun. If the noun is masculine, we add an er or an ayin resh. Der geller Hut. This also applies if we're using the indefinite article. A geller Hut. If the noun is feminine, we add an e or an ayin. Die gute Krom. The same applies if we're using the indefinite article. A gute Krom. Now, if the noun is neutral, we also use an e or an ayin, das rote Buch, but there's a quirk when it comes to the neutral noun and the indefinite article, then there is no ending change at all. A rote Buch. If the noun is plural, regardless of gender, we also add an e or an ayin. Die süße Mern. And with plural nouns, we don't have an indefinite article, and this is the same in English. I ate a sweet carrot. I ate sweet carrots. In Yiddish, ich hab gegessen süße Mern. Let's try this out. I'm going to leave the table with the endings on the screen. I'm going to give you the gender of the noun as well as the name of the color. You describe each object, please, using both the definite and the indefinite article. Lemoshel, for example, der bloyer Auto, a bloyer Auto. Professor, you go first. Die grüne Hand. A grüne Hand. Good. Wayne. Der Reuter Autobus. A Reuter Autobus. Sehr gut. Sophia. Die schwarze Schicht. Schwarze Schicht. Gerecht. Scott. Das bräune Oig. A bräune Oig. Remember, when the noun is neutral and you're using the indefinite article, the adjective ending doesn't change. Oh yeah. A bräun Oig. Sehr gut. Murray. Das orange Häus an Orange Häus. Ja. and Hinde. Die rote Äpfel? A rote Äpfel. Ausgezeichnet. Let's learn some more adjectives. Hoch is tall. Niedrig is low. Lang is long. Kurz is short. Breit is wide or broad. Schmal is narrow. Dick is thick. Dünn is thin. Schön is beautiful. Mies, not so beautiful. Glatt is smooth.
Like glatt kosher?
Yes, exactly like glatt kosher. It means that the slaughterer inspected the lungs to make sure that they were smooth, an indication that the animal was not diseased or injured, which would render it treif.
How do you like that? You learn something new every day.
That's our goal. So, glatt means smooth, and schorstig means rough. Scharf means sharp. Schwer is heavy. Leicht is light, but if we're talking about luminosity, that would be lichtig. And dunkel is dark. I think that's enough adjectives for today. For our next exercise, I want to introduce a new word, das Bild, a picture, plural, die Bilder. I will give you a list of some of the nouns that we see in the picture, as well as the chart of our adjective endings, and you will describe these nouns. Please start your response with do is a, or if it's plural, do seinen. It is important that we keep our nouns as the subject of the sentence, because when they become the direct object, I see a, we have to deal with some other grammatical issues that we'll save for another episode. Was is do in dem Bild? Remember, we have to use dem because Bild is the object of the preposition in. Was is do in dem Bild?
Do is a bruin Pferd.
Do is a lichtiger Tag. Sehr gut. Was ist da in dem Bild?
Do is a schöne Plage. Do is a blauer Jam.
Da is a roit Kleid.
Do is a weißer Hut.
Ausgezeichnet. Und was ist da in dem Bild?
Do seinen rote Pomodoren.
Do is a weißer Knobel. Do is a bräune Zwiebele. Do is a glatter Pfeffer.
Wie sagt man Knife?
Der Messer.
A Dank. Do is a scharfer Messer.
Sehr gut. Und was ist da in dem Bild?
Do seinen heuche Pinionen.
Do seinen lichtige Pinionen.
Do is a dunkele Nacht.
Gut. Und was ist da in dem Bild?
Do is a breite Gas. Do is a schorstige Gas.
Do seinen dünne Velocipeden.
Do is a reuter Velociped.
Do is a schwarzer Velociped.
Wie sagt man Space?
Das Ort, just like in place.
A. Und wie sagt man between?
Zwischen.
A Dank. Do is a schmal Ort zwischen die Velocipeden.
Good one, Professor. Und was ist da in dem Bild?
Do is a bloi Rackel.
Do seinen schwarze Häusen. Do is a weiß Hemd. Gut. Und was ist da in dem Bild? Do is a schön Eifele.
Do is a niederiger Mensch. Do seinen große Augen. Do seinen blaue Augen.
Wie sagt man Hair? Die Hor.
Du is roite hor.
Sehr, sehr gut.
Hey, Mo, tick-tock. When's it going to be verb time?
No, Murray, don't be such a nudge. It's verb time right now. And today's verb is brengen, which means exactly what it sounds like, to bring. This is a regular verb. Let's take a look. Ich breng. Du bringst. Sie, es bringt. Wir bringen. Ihr bringt. Sie bringen. Alle zusammen. Ich breng. Du bringst. Sie, es bringt. Wir bringen. Ihr bringt. Sie bringen. Sehr, sehr gut. A quick reminder of the imperative. That's when you're asking or telling somebody to do something. In the singular informal, we drop the n or nun, or in this case, en or ayin nun, and we get breng. In the singular formal, or in the plural, we add a tes or a t to that. Brengt. We're going to play a sort of scavenger hunt. The first one who brings me the object that I'm describing wins the round. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to get into the meshugane grammatik of what happens when our noun is the direct object of the sentence, but I do have to explain just a bissel. In the English sentence, bring me a yellow pencil, there is an implied subject, you. Me is the object of an implied preposition, to, and pencil is the direct object. In a Yiddish sentence, the adjective describing the direct object, in this case yellow, would get a different ending only if the noun were masculine, and we're not ready to get into that yet. So for the sake of this game, we're only going to go with nouns that are feminine, neutral, or plural. Chaverim, seid so gut und bringt mir a süße Frucht. Amarantz, Yasher koyach hinde. Round 2. Seid so gut und bringt mir a schöne Bluske.
Ich wohne allein.
Bravo, Scott. It's my mom's. Round 3. Seid so gut und bringt mir a schwer Buch.
Hey, that's cheating. That guy's sitting right in front of a bookcase.
I see your point, Murray, but Yasher koyach, Professor. Final round. Seid so gut und bringt mir lange Lockchen. Bravo, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne, where did you get noodles from in the middle of a park?
I'm a very resourceful person. Die Yiddish, Mrs. Nussbaum. I'm going to give it back.
I think that's a pretty good place to end our lesson for today. Join us next week for our Hanukkah special. Derweil, seid gesund alle.